Good evening and welcome to Kini News. The young di-Pertuan Agong will convene the Special Conference of Rulers tomorrow. This follows a series of audiences granted by the Agong to political party leaders which began last week. 2 more meetings were also scheduled for today, so let's take a look at what has happened.
Former Chief Justice Arifin Zakaria, who is the chairperson of the Independent Special Committee on Emergency 2021, had an audience with the young di-Pertuan Agong this morning. This comes after the Agong met with a series of political leaders individually over the past week. The 19-member committee, chaired by Arifin, was formed under Section 2 of the Emergency Essential Powers Ordinance 2021, and its duty is to advise the Agong on when the emergency should end. The committee has been tight-lipped about its meetings, which has courted criticism from the public, urging them to be more transparent in its dealings. Other than Arifin, Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin was also granted an audience with the young di-Pertuan Agong this afternoon. However, according to Malaysia Kini, this is a pre-cabinet meeting that has been brought forward. The pre-cabinet meetings are normally held on Wednesdays. Meanwhile, in a statement today, Comptroller of the Royal Household Ahmad Fadil Shamsuddin said that the young di-Pertuan Agong had met with 18 political leaders from June 9th until today. He said, in the audience sessions with political party leaders, His Majesty was pleased to hear their views on various issues. He added that the Conference of Rulers will meet at 2:30 p.m. tomorrow to discuss them.
A group of 41 NGOs and civil society organizations have joined the call for Parliament to reconvene.
A group of NGOs and civil society organizations have called for Parliament to reconvene. In a statement today, they said Parliament is the best avenue to resolve multiple problems faced by the country today. They said, without effective checks and balances, the state of emergency has undermined parliamentary democracy in the country, and this has led to arbitrary actions by the executive without the necessary accountability. According to the group, the enforcement of the state of emergency did not lead to a positive impact on the COVID-19 health crisis management, and the country was also experiencing economic and social crisis. They added that Malaysians continue to be burdened without adequate protection, and the family institution is threatened, leading to a variety of psychological and social problems. Apart from the reopening of Parliament, they said that the state of emergency should not extend beyond August the 1st. They also called on all members of Parliament to put aside political differences and work together to address the COVID-19 crisis, revive the economy, and resolve the social crisis plaguing the country. The groups also urged the government to take a whole-of-society approach and assign NGOs, civil society organizations, professionals, technocrats, as well as experts to jointly contribute towards the recovery of the nation. The statement was endorsed by 41 groups that come from a wide range of backgrounds and include G25 Malaysia, Iman Research, the Kuala Lumpur and Selangor Chinese Assembly Hall, and Swaram.
On the topic of meetings, earlier today there was a rumor of a meeting that was called for discussions between Umno ministers and the party president Ahmad Hamidi. This, however, has been denied by Senior Minister Ismail Sabri Yaakob. Now, before we let you figure out whether there is a meeting or not, the reason we can keep bringing you the news and views that matter every day is because we are an independent news channel, and being independent, well, doesn't come cheap. If you'd like to support what we're doing, please do consider a donation with the link in the description below. Over 60 of you have had our back in the month of May, and to show our heartfelt thanks, we've put your names in a ticker at the bottom of the screen. I know it's a small gesture, but still, what you have done is meaningful to us. Would you like your name down there as well? We'll check the description for that link to donate.
Umno Vice President Ismail Sabri Yaakob has denied that an extraordinary meeting had been called between Party President Ahmad Hamidi and Umno ministers. Umno Executive Secretary Muhammad Somali Redwan also gave a similar response when contacted by Malaysia Kini this afternoon. Malaysia Kini had contacted the party officials following a report by a news portal which claimed that Ismail had sent out an invitation to UMNO ministers for a meeting with Zahid at 3 p.m. today. According to the report, the meeting would take place at the party's headquarters in the Kuala Lumpur World Trade Center. Quoting sources, they said, the meeting had been arranged unexpectedly and so far there was no information on the agenda for it. However, several party insiders, including a high-ranking UMNO official, have contradicted Ismail and told Malaysia Kini that there is indeed a meeting scheduled. The source said it was a closed-door discussion and there will be no announcement or press releases issued after the meeting. He declined to comment on the meeting agenda. Another source close to Zahid also claimed that there was an invitation. However, he did not have details on the meeting, as it was called by a minister and not the party president.
Rela has responded to the complaints by several people who claimed that they have been made Rela members without registering for it.
The People's Volunteer Corps, Rela, has denied that they were automatically registering the public as members without their knowledge or permission. In a statement today, Rela said that they will conduct an internal investigation to look into the claims by several people that they had been registered as a member without their consent. They added that they would not compromise against any party or individual who deliberately processes or abuses the person's personal data without permission. This came following complaints by several people who found that they were registered as a member without their knowledge. A link to check their membership went viral on social media yesterday, and some people had discovered that they had been part of the corps since 2011. This included former Youth and Sports Deputy Minister Stephen Sim and his wife. The DAP-MP had questioned how it could have happened and asked if it was an automatic registration for all Malaysians. The website underwent maintenance after the allegations were issued. In their statement, Rela added that they were in the midst of a program to clear up their list of members who have been inactive for 5 years, but had to put it on hold to focus on efforts to combat the COVID-19 pandemic. They added that individuals who were registered without their consent could call or email them if they wanted to terminate the membership. Yesterday, Rela was quoted by the Malay Mail as saying that the automatic registration may have resulted from a massive membership drive back in 2012. They said the department received a list of names that could have been registered straight into the system.
Shellfish, red meat, and beer. If you love indulging in these foods, you may end up with high uric acid level in your blood. These foods consist high level of purine, a substance that will eventually break down into uric acid and be excreted through our urine. It is recommended that the amount of dietary purines should be kept between 600 to 1000 milligrams per day. Having too much uric acid in your blood can cause attacks of gout. It can also cause kidney stones and blockage in the kidney. The crystallization of the excessive uric acid in your blood can be eased by reducing purine-rich food to only 100 to 150 milligrams daily, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, and consuming urinary alkalinizer like Ural. It consists of sodium bicarbonate, citric acid, and sodium citrate that increases the urinary pH and solubility of uric acid to prevent crystallization. Best of all, it's lemon-flavored and sugar-free. Ural, effective urinary alkalinizer. Neutralize your uric acid problem now.
Former Prime Minister Najib has vowed that bankruptcy will not paralyze him and that he will continue to voice out for the people.
Former Prime Minister Najib has responded to the court's decision in the Inland Revenue Board's or IRB tax suit against him. In a Facebook post yesterday, he reiterated that the court has yet to establish him as a bankrupt. According to Najib, the Perikatan National Government still has a long way to go and numerous processes to go through if it truly wishes to bankrupt him. He said that even if the PN government succeeds, it does not mean he will stop voicing out for the people. And a bankrupt status can still be remedied in the short term as a bankruptcy will not paralyze him. Yesterday, the Kuala Lumpur High Court dismissed Najib's application to stay its summary judgment ruling in the IRB's 1.69 billion ringgit tax suit against him. Najib had sought to stay the summary judgment pending the disposal of his appeal to the Court of Appeal. The appeal, which will be heard on June 16, seeks to overturn the summary judgment.
That's a wrap for Kini News this evening. For more stories, go to kinitv.com. Also follow us to get the latest headlines on social media on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram. If you would like to support the independent media, do consider a subscription to malaysiakini.com as well. If you're going out, don't forget your mask, and when you can, please do try to stay home. I'm Daniel Anthony, thank you for watching, and as always, stay safe, Malaysia.